Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Tuesday, March 2nd, at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 676 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. 20-year-old MAGA Paul's war on Antifa backfires horribly. Lower courts take notice, the Supreme Court is rethinking qualified immunity. Manhattan investigators are reportedly focusing on the Trump Organization's chief financial officer. Chinese vaccines sweep much of the world, despite concerns. Scuba Stephen Deep loses submarine after plea to drug smuggling across Detroit River. Boeing's first fighter-like jet completes historic test flight. Philippine president fires ambassador seen assaulting staff. CNN's Chris Cuomo says he obviously cannot cover brother. As another stimulus package hangs in the balance, some programs like unemployment benefits are set to expire by the end of March. Romney knocked unconscious in fall, but doing better. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Media advocacy group accuses Saudi Crown Prince, aides of crimes against humanity in Khashoggi death, The Washington Post. Democrats may consider minimum wage compromise as opportunity narrows, Fox News. Rare locked letter sealed 300 years ago is finally opened virtually, CNN. High noon for the future of the Voting Rights Act of the Supreme Court, NPR. Hundreds of Nigerian schoolgirls rescued days after kidnapping, CNN. Tax hikes, furlough extensions and a hawkish tone, analysts' predictions for the UK budget, CNBC. OnePlus 9 series pre-order details leaked, expect gifts in tow, Android Authority. Chandler Jones feels bad for Russell Wilson after Cardinals edition of JJ Watt, NBC Sports. Galaxy S21 Ultra gets lowered XOMR camera score than Galaxy S20 Ultra, Sam Mobile. FBI chief to face questions on extremism, Capitol riot, The Associated Press. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Democrats push Biden to avoid major mistake of last economic recovery. CNN's Chris Cuomo, obviously I cannot cover my brother Governor Andrew Cuomo. Funniest reasons for vetoing a baby name, according to parents who've been there. Tom Holland wants to be taken seriously, can he move past Spider-Man? Expectation versus reality, 41 tweets about the harsh truth of how we look. 10 foods with serving sizes that are way smaller than you thought. 7 little things you can do when you're feeling pandemic burnout. Kimmel sums up Trump's CPAC speech with a gross analogy. Nigerian governor, 279 kidnapped schoolgirls freed. Jim Jordan's call for cancel culture hearing goes exactly as you'd expect. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Man awaiting trial faces new burglary charges. Student uses genetic genealogy to crack cold cases. Elderly man who fell into river rescued. Vehicle crashes into school, 3 hospitalized. Dog groomer facing animal cruelty charge. PD, thieves go on spending spree W stolen cards. Authorities investigate Pat nightclub. Fire damages historic Jones Barbecue Diner. Prison staff have stepped up during pandemic. Woman charged after newborn found in trash can. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. The future of voting rights. The $1.9 trillion stimulus plan. Coronavirus variant found in Brazil can cause reinfection, study shows. A year after New York's first COVID-19 case, Cuomo lies low. Volvo plans to sell only electric cars by 2030. The military's extremism problem is our problem. Colleges that require virus screening tech struggle to say whether it works. Amazon workers' union drive reaches far beyond Alabama. New technique unfolds centuries of secrets in locked letters. In their own words, why experts say elementary schools should open. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. J.J. Watt stuns NFL with decision to join Cardinals, life is good in Arizona. NY Governor Andrew Cuomo accused by third woman of unwanted sexual advances. California's infamous I-5 strangler Roger Kidd found dead in prison cell. Michigan Governor Whitmer's health director received payout before abrupt resignation, report. Netflix's college admissions scandal documentary debuts first trailer. Here's why J.J. Watt chose to join the Cardinals, report. Biden says Mexico will equal as he dismantles Trump immigration policies. Ex-Clinton aide blasts stems for Me Too double standard on Cuomo and Biden accusations. DeSantis, no more breakout stars at CPAC, but Trump maintains grip on party. Science Eye, Bieber tagged, Bauer sharp in Dodgers debut. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Tuesday, March 2nd. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Third stimulus check, how could the economic relief package put more money in your pocket? Derek Chauvin case, appeals court to hear arguments on reinstating third-degree murder charge. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. ITV will air bombshell Oprah Winfrey interview with Harry and Meghan next Monday. Captain Tom Moore's legacy will be celebrated with special April 30th event. Liverpool legend and former Scotland striker Ian St. John dies aged 82. School dinner cake becomes the latest lockdown trend to take over Instagram. I May Destroy You leads the nominations for Royal Television Society Program Awards. Prince Harry's favorite outfit, Duke rewears grey suit and brown shoes for Oprah Winfrey interview. Sage scientist says schools can reopen safely next week. Reading festival may not go ahead this summer despite tickets selling out. Couple face leaving young kids without parents, after they were both diagnosed with terminal cancer. Ex-CIA Director John Brennan says he is increasingly embarrassed to be a white male. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Police won't charge Australian minister accused of rape. Sarkozy's conviction carries echoes for Trump. Tokyo Olympics add 12 women to executive board to reach 42%. Hive updates, global coronavirus numbers edging back up after weeks of decline, says WHO. China's two sessions, what to watch on Hong Kong, child policy and tech competition. Hong Kong bail hearings in national security case sound alarm for city's courts. Nigerian governor says 279 kidnapped schoolgirls are freed. Much of the world is seeing coronavirus cases fall, but Brazil's outbreak is worse than ever. Former French President Nicolas Sarkozy found guilty of corruption, sentenced to a year in prison. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Sexism stands at the door, 11 female filmmakers written out of mainstream Hollywood history. China bank regulator warns of bubble in foreign markets, Business Live. Taylor Swift rebukes Netflix over deeply sexist joke about her love life. Weekend lockdown in Paris would be inhumane, says mayor. Honduras, accused mastermind of Berdixier's murder to go on trial next month. Taiwanese urged to eat freedom pineapples after China import ban. I'd like to join Pixar one day, meet Afghanistan's first female animator. Criminal complaint filed against Mohammed bin Salman in German court. Hong Kong defendants taken away by ambulance during marathon bail hearing. Coming to America's Arsenio Hall, in the 90s I was Black Twitter. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. U.S. men accused of helping gunfly arrive in Japan. Big lie spreads into GOP efforts to limit ballot access, The Note. FBI director testifies for first time since Capitol assault. Father, 2 young children found dead days after disapparitions, authorities say. Minimum wage hike all but dead in big COVID relief bill. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Nigeria school abduction, hundreds of girls released by gunmen. Andrew Cuomo, fresh calls for New York governor to resign over harassment claims. Michael Gudinski, Australian music industry icon dies age 68. Poland activists acquitted over LGBT Virgin Mary. Angelina Jolie sells Winston Churchill painting for record $7M. COVID, France approves AstraZeneca vaccine for over 65s. Migrating flamingos turn Mumbai lakes into sea of pink. Volvo cars to go fully electric by 2030. Nigeria school abductions, why children are being targeted. How rape allegations have rocked Australian politics. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. AP top stories March 2nd day. Vaccine angels can only do so much. How can US make it easier to find COVID-19 vaccination appointment in minutes, not hours? WHO cautions against premature return to normal. Ivory Coast gets first COVAX vaccine shipment in UN initiative. Latest COVID-19 updates. Rise in assaults, robberies rattle Asian Americans. Crowd protest Myanmar coup, defy deadly crackdown. With much respect, Cynthia Erivo takes on Queen of Seoul. Hundreds of health workers attacked amid pandemic. Chinese vaccine sweep world, despite concerns. Today in history for March 2nd. Read Across America Day, once synonymous with Dr. Seuss, is diversifying. Here's why things have changed. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Boy Scouts propose more than $300 million, Norman Rockwell paintings to settle sex abuse claims. U.S. Forest Service inspector charged with steering contracts in exchange for bribes. New lawsuit alleges LA, Santa Monica, Beverly Hills used curfews to crush legitimate protest. LA nursing home dumped residents to bring in lucrative COVID patients, authorities say. Sacramento Zoom class shows school employee making slant-eyed gesture, disparaging Asians. Pink's reopens after voluntary closure, feels like a help for longtime fans. With reopenings in gear, Newsom warns virus cases could shift from drop-off to a plateau. California's $2 billion school reopening plan, what you need to know. Family of mentally ill man sues Los Angeles Police Department over his fatal shooting in Culver City last year. Worrisome California and NY coronavirus variants raise specter of new outbreaks. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. All abducted Nigerian schoolgirls freed by kidnappers. New EU right to repair laws require technology to last for a decade. New devices will also have to come with repair manuals and be made in such a way that they can be dismantled using conventional tools. Hundreds of Nigerian schoolgirls rescued days after kidnapping. UK neo-Nazi group to become first right-wing group declared terrorists in Australia. Israel demolishes Palestinian family's home in Jerusalem for fourth time. A strong earthquake swarm is underway in Iceland, with over 10.000 earthquakes detected in the past 7 days on Reykjanes Peninsula. The latest ground deformation data shows that magma is now starting to move and accumulate underground, increasing the risk of an eruption as the swarm continues. Vietnamese delivery driver saved a baby who fell from 12th floor balcony. U.S. court orders North Korea to pay $2.3 billion over 1968 USS Pueblo seizure. 13-year-old Moroccan girl narrates shocking rape stories in viral video. WHO panel, hydroxychloroquine should not be used to prevent COVID-19. White House says no to sharing vaccines with Canada and Mexico. Food prices are soaring faster than inflation and incomes. U.S. announces $125 million defense aid package for Ukraine. New video shows U.S. forces getting hammered by a barrage of Iranian missiles after Trump had a top general killed. Khashoggi fiancé demands punishment for Saudi prince. The next headlines are from Forbes. Mitsubishi Express van scores first ever 0 stars on Australian cab crash test. Chinese retail billionaire says now is the time to expand overseas. Volvo follows Jaguar into Tesla territory to become all-electric by 2030. CNN's Chris Cuomo says he obviously cannot cover sexual harassment accusations against brother Andrew. Rays Wander Franco among top MLB prospects to watch this spring. Toothless at first, China's carbon market could be fearsome. Dr. Fauci insists U.S. will stick to two-dose strategy for Pfizer, Moderna vaccines. WWE Raw results, winners, news and notes as Bobby Lashley wins WWE Championship. Does America need a fashion czar? 7 suspenseful British dramas to watch after you finish Behind Her Eyes. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Taiwan finds researcher for allegedly managing projects on Chinese mainland. To keep nationalism in check, nurture science solidarity. Climate neutral is a lie, abandon it as a goal. Pandemic, public feeling more positive about science. Disabled scientists networks call for more support. Enforce ban on plastic exports or it could backfire. J&J single-dose COVID vaccine raises hopes for faster rollout. We'll meet again, scientists post-pandemic wish list. Want to track pandemic variants faster? Fix the bioinformatics bottleneck. Elite researchers dominate citation space. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,689,444,102 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. How Canadian series Son of Mine is putting schizophrenia front and center at Berlinale. I May Destroy You, Normal People, Small Axe nominated for UK Royal Television Society Awards. Variety's Berlin Digital Daily, Day 2, TV sidebar grabs bigger spotlight. MK2 Films boards Russian satirical drama House Arrest, reveals first still exclusive. English arts sector set for $567 million boost in 2021 budget. Natural Light Review, fixed stoicism shields from the ravages of war. Taiwan content creator set sights on global partnerships. Despite pandemic setbacks, Polish filmmakers forge ahead with busy 2021 slate. Amid abortion law protests, women on the rise in the Polish film industry. German distributors look ahead to busy year as pipeline clogged with bics. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. India's farmer protests, why are they so angry? One medical's coronavirus vaccine practices spark congressional investigation. The Tokyo Olympics are on, for now, as athletes train through the uncertainty. FBI Director Wray testifies before Congress for first time since Capitol attack. 5 medical appointments you should stop putting off. Through the looking glass, conspiracy theories spread faster and wider than ever. High noon for the future of the Voting Rights Act of the Supreme Court. Nigerian schoolgirls released after armed kidnapping. Providers don't even listen, barriers to Alzheimer's care when you're not white. Biden administration, here are his cabinet members and key advisors. The following headlines are from the week. America is headed back to space, this time we'll stay there. Will COVID-19 wind up saving lives? Buy yourself a pandemic anniversary present. Democrats need to choose, the filibuster or democracy. With half of Yemen's population going hungry, drop in humanitarian aid is a death sentence. Historian, Biden's support for Amazon workers voting to unionize is almost unprecedented. Cuomo accused of making unwanted advance at wedding. Georgia House passes GOP voting restrictions bill. Miguel Cardona confirmed as education secretary. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. A Texas city had a bold new climate plan, until a gas company got involved. The next headlines are from Universe Today. An exotic explanation for the most extreme gravitational wave detected so far. Phobos and Deimos, 2 moons, from one source. This is what rolling blackouts look like from space. Perseverance seen from space by ESA's ExoMars orbiter. ESA is working on a mission to explore caves on the moon. These are the news headlines for today, Tuesday, March 2nd. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the 3rd most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Mercury's greatest elongation Mars 6, 2021. March 2021 Guide to the Bright Planets. Moon, Star Spica on Mars 1, 2021. The next news is from Politico. The vaccines that could stop COVID-19. 4 takeaways from Facebook's Australian brawl. Former French President Nicolas Sarkozy sentenced to jail in corruption trial. Biden's first 100 days. Austria and Denmark alliance with Israel on coronavirus vaccines. The state of the Bernie-Biden relationship remains strong. One way Trump may have changed immigration forever. Drug industry pushes FDA to solve growing inspection backlog. They're very nervous every night. Biden's team sends mixed messages on vaccine availability. China wants to dominate AI. The US and Europe need each other to tame it. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Notorious sex offender Edward Latimer back behind bars for indecent dealings with children. Australian ethical shines as funds under management surge. Potential travelers should consider locking in Aussie dollar. Deemed income from home sale can hit pension. How to be a Bill's loyalty tax avoider. Under pressure, what landlords can do to retain tenants. Aged care reform not about the journey but the destination. Victorian Liberals to fight planning process on social housing building blitz. McLaren at double-ice depleted city down woeful wanderers. Thunderstorm over Perth to bring heavy rain, damaging winds and hail. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Capital Report, checks, automatic jobless benefit extensions sought in next big Democratic bill. Need to know, Bitcoin is at a tipping point and could become currency of choice for global trade, Citi says. Europe markets, commodity stocks weigh on European markets as oil and metal prices slip. Auto Trader, restyled 2021 Maserati Quattroporte offers a poet-earned new performance model. NerdWallet, should you say no to being an executor? Auto Trader, 5 facts about the futuristic 2022 Hyundai Ioniq 5. Next Avenue, hospitals now must post prices, but interpreting them is complicated. Here's a guide. Yogurt giant Danone to sell Chinese unit in bid to appease activist investors. This bank tripled negative interest rate deposits, and expects that business to improve. Iran rejects EU offer to resume nuclear talks with US. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. China extends innovation lead over US, CBN News. By holding to acquire IP brokerage rights for Erdal Kanal Kukler and Medahonyesel patents, PR Newswire. Copyright law and authorship rights of artificial intelligence works, intellectual property, India, Mondak News alerts. Can state and shareholder capitalism combine? Inside's knowledge. Promotion of patented inventions during COVID-19 pandemic, newsletters, International Law Office. The basics of IP, patents and utility models, WAMDA. Form 8K Global Tech Industries 4, Mars 01, StreetInsider.com. Patent litigation considerations for the Internet of Medical Things, IOMT, COVID-19 boom, JD Supra. Danaher Sidova sues JSR for patent royalties on antibody tech, Bloomberg Law. Belden unit sues CommScope for cable splitter patent royalties, Bloomberg Law. The next headlines are from Quartz. WHO investigators, Swedes electric, underwater beer. Tunisians are experiencing déjà vu 10 years after the dignity revolution. What will canceling $10,000 in student debt really do? A technical snag at India's largest stock exchange has the government worried. India began vaccinating seniors but less than 10% could navigate tech glitches and get registered. 6 months and counting, where is India's farmer protest headed? Waiting for a better COVID-19 vaccine could be a potentially lethal mistake. The pandemic's best movie innovation is the private theater rental. COVID-19 vaccines face a trust gap against some traditional African remedies. Hong Kong activists are charged with inciting, procuring, inducing, causing democracy. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Federal court affirms travelers have a First Amendment right to record saw screeners. Taylor Swift, Evermore theme park dispute escalates as Swift's team countersues. Utah prematurely tries to dance on Section 230's grave and shows what unconstitutional garbage will follow if we kill it. Oregon court, a stop-soap pretextual cops forgot about the pretext is a rights violation. Utah's horrible, no good, very bad, terrible, censorial free speech bill is a disaster in the making. Federal court says there's nothing wrong with arresting someone for parodying a police department Facebook page. Daily Deal, Project Management Fundamentals course. Why the problems with police and social media both are symptoms of the same disease, a failure of society to actually help those in need. AT&T appears committed to being comically hypocritical on Section 230. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Spurs. Kamzat Chimeev. Nets vs Spurs. Taylor Swift. Minori. Debris. Sarkozy. Chadwick Boseman wife. Real Madrid. Justin Bieber. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Staycation in Siberia, Russians told to holiday at home this year as country prepares for borders to remain closed. Soviet Union's only president Mikhail Gorbachev turned 90, I'm bashed for glasnost, but without it, nothing would have changed. Row rages after Chelsea's Pulisic likes anti-Antifa post in room of guns by footballer who has just been axed for slavery speech. Bitcoin surges toward $50,000 amid China's latest crypto crackdown. UK neo-Nazi group to become first far-right body to be outlawed in Australia amid calls from Home Affairs Minister. Russian MP moves to ban poaching of killer whales and dolphins in bid to shut vibrant but controversial marine mammal park industry. Austria shuns EU, agrees to produce second-generation COVID-19 vaccine with Denmark and Israel. Oil slides toward $60 ahead of OPEC Plus meeting to boost global supply. Dr. Anthony Fauci publicly opposes delaying second doses of COVID vaccines to inoculate more people. With COVID-19 case numbers tumbling and millions vaccinated, Russian Deputy PM Galikova predicts herd immunity by end of summer. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. U.S. life expectancy in 2020 saw biggest drop since World War II. Welsh man arrested, claims he was strip-searched for going for a walk too far from home. Ukrainian diplomats arrested for attempting to smuggle gold into EU. Michael Burry slams out of touch, rich white man Bill Gates. Escalation in the Middle East appears imminent. World Beer Index 2021, what's the price of a beer in your country? The US and the UN nuclear inspectors must stop appeasing Iran. Stefan Halper's role in Crossfire Hurricane more significant than previously known. Did you agree to this? Everybody's locked up, Ed Snowden on power of Silicon Valley amid COVID lockdowns. The idea of secession isn't going away. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Not French enough, what it means to be an immigrant in France. How a 5-second social media clip took India, Pakistan by storm. Victims of anti-Asian attacks reflect a year into pandemic. Austria breaks rank with EU to make vaccines with Denmark, Israel. COVID, despite concerns, Chinese vaccines sweep the world. Global CO2 pollution returns to pre-COVID levels, IEA. Israel's Dan David Prize and vaccine apartheid. Myanmar crisis a litmus test for ASEAN, says Indonesia's XFM. Privacy fears as India's govt schools instill facial recognition. Human rights defenders continue to be killed with impunity. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Democrats block motion to eliminate Pelosi subway tunnel to pay for mental health in coronavirus bill. 2018, Andrew Cuomo wanted former NYAG to resign before investigation into allegations. Democrat Congresswoman Kathleen Rice calls for Andrew Cuomo to resign. NSSF, Charleston loophole gun control could come next week. Exclusive Senator Marsha Blackburn, Biden position on China very problematic. Joe Biden's DHS chief pushes all of society effort to help deported migrants. Report, Gretchen Whitmer uses $155,506 in taxpayer funds to buy former health director's silence. Joe Biden nominee Miguel Cardona confirmed as education secretary. Hillary Clinton, Cuomo's accusers deserve answers, allegations difficult to read. Third woman comes forward on Andrew Cuomo. The next headlines are from UPI News. British National Lottery using beer to find winner of unclaimed jackpot. Contractors find message, whiskey bottle under floor of Scottish kitchen. Watch, unexploded World War II bomb detonated near British University. Watch, California family's missing French bulldog found 600 miles away in Mexico. Cat rescued from Utah tree after 4 days. Watch, Arizona thrift store worker returns veteran's Purple Heart to family. Watch, Idaho man break Guinness record for catching dice while blindfolded. Monkey temporarily escapes enclosure at Ireland's Dublin Zoo. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. New Jersey plumber drives 22 hours with equipment to help the overwhelmed Texans whose pipes burst. Watch 2,200 cold stunned turtles being released by volunteers back into the Gulf. Rugby team sings to restaurant workers in spirit of their heritage in Pacific Islands. Canadian soccer lover collects football scarves from around the world using maple syrup. The inspiring and playful hidden message in the Mars Perseverance rover's parachute. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Tuesday, March 2nd. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. You can now buy parts of the Amazon rainforest on Facebook Marketplace. How a 10-second video clip sold for $6.6 million. Small businesses are stealing Amazon's customers from under its nose with a browser extension. Women's domestic abuse charity loses $5 funding because it's not gender neutral. 2 men found floating down a river on a mattress in Illinois. Japan asks China to stop performing anal swab tests for COVID on its citizens. Update, hot laundry caused fire that damaged Bure restaurant. Possible Banksy artwork appears on Reading prison wall. Hamburger buns can't save your pipes from freezing. Toronto Star owner to launch online casino to help pay for its journalism. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Chatbots that resurrect the dead, legal experts weigh in on disturbing technology. Your leadership style needs a user manual, here's how you do it. Twitter will ban you for spreading COVID-19 vaccine misinformation. GameStop stock surge has calmed down, so why are investors buying its shares again? Jack Dorsey's Square starts its own bank for merchants. How to stream Spotify at the best possible quality. Google's latest Pixel feature drop includes an underwater photo mode. This AI-generated Daft Punk video is the perfect tribute to the electro pioneers. Instagram's new live rooms let you go live with 3 other people, too bad you don't have any followers. Swappable batteries, will motorbikes succeed where electric cars failed? The following headlines are from Science Daily. Rarest seal breeding site discovered. The time is ripe, an innovative contactless method for the timely harvest of soft fruits. Predicting microbial interactions in the human gut. Swapping alpha cells for beta cells to treat diabetes. Stressed out young oysters may grow less meat on their shells. Future of immunotherapy could be off-the-shelf treatments. Repurposed arthritis drug did not significantly improve severe COVID-19 pneumonia. 4D bioengineering materials bend, curve like natural tissue. Deep dive into bioarchaeological data reveals Mediterranean migration trends over 8,000 years. COVID-19 lockdown highlights ozone chemistry in China. The next headlines are from Information Week. IT's new window of opportunity to tackle these top priorities. Do you know these 4 tricky cloud terms? This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Tuesday, March 2nd from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. The triple team, Jazz cannot keep Zion Williamson, Pelicans out of the paint in poor defensive game. Utah Jazz experience the other side of third-quarter domination, as Pelicans send them to another loss. Federal judge rules against girls trying to create sanctioned, separate high school football in Utah. Bio opens spring football practice. The key question, how do you top a 11-1 season? Salt Lake City leaders hold remembrance ceremony for COVID-19 victims. Utah adding 14 sites for more COVID-19 vaccinations. Here's where they are. Legislative leaders nearing agreement on transportation funding. Utah wide receiver coach is out and his son is demanding an answer as to why. A flaw by state employees allowed 7,200 unqualified Utahns to sign up for COVID-19 vaccines. West Valley City Police find missing boy. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Google Finance adds crypto data tabs for Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. Rocket Lab reveals plans for reusable rocket with 8-ton payload. Facebook, TikTok least trusted by Americans, Google most trusted, says survey. Linus Torv American League Division Series went 6 days without electricity, swears smaller 5.12 kernel is coincidental. Popular LA restaurant closes after high-tech dine and dash scheme. Scientists have invented light-up all tattoos. Far-right platform Gab has been hacked. EU law requires companies to fix electronic goods for up to 10 years. Bitcoin could either become preferred currency for international trade or face a speculative implosion, Citi says. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Polls open today for St. Louis City's primary election. $15 minimum wage all but dead in big COVID relief bill. Natural gas customers report major increase in utility bills in aftermath of winter blast. Can downtown St. Louis survive with unused office space amid the pandemic? Conversations with the St. Louis mayoral candidates. No bail allowed for suspect in Arnold home break-in. They loved each other, neighbors remember Fenton couple after apparent murder-suicide. Bill would let Missourians keep unemployment overpayments. Bodies of father, 2 sons found in Benton County, investigation ongoing. Billiken sends Goodwin, French out as senior winners at home over UMass. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. San Diego native creates new baseball show on deck. Local businesses await decision on if San Diego County can join Red Tier. Video, man arrested after shootout with police near San Diego Convention Center. State deal encourages reopening schools by April if districts meet metrics. Applications for rent, utility relief open Tuesday. San Diego County says 10% of residents are fully vaccinated. Del Mar Bluff collapse leads to renewed calls to move train tracks. Senate confirms Miguel Cardona as Biden's education secretary. Missing French bulldog shows up 500 miles away in Mexico. Nearly 4 million Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine doses head out across U.S. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. Companies use this email trick to spy on you all the time, and you had no idea. WTF are spy pixels, and WTF do you think about them? Performance in. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. F-35B stealth aircraft begins sea trials aboard Italian Navy aircraft carrier. U.S. Marine Corps shows off capabilities of its new amphibious combat vehicles. Pentagon announces $125 million in military aid for Ukraine. Boeing's unmanned combat aircraft makes successful maiden flight. Russian Army receives new batch of upgraded T-19 tanks. South Korea to showcase its new fighter jet in April. Top 5 Best-looking modern fighter jets. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. Pineapple becomes new symbol of prickly Taipei-Beijing relations after China bans imports. China's home-built passenger plane, rival to Boeing 737 MAX, to join China Eastern Airlines fleet this year. Chloe Zhao is the first Chinese woman to win Golden Globe Best Director, but is she Chinese enough for social media? Passenger death puts focus on Lalamove's safety problems and regulatory evasion. China's Renaissance Man. Jiangsu FC and the troubled state of Chinese soccer. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Oakland police make major arrest, remove dangerous weapons off street. Family of Vallejo man shot and killed seeks justice. San Francisco proposes hazard pay for grocery workers. Search continues for suspects in Orinda armed home invasion, robbery. Watch, Berkeley Teachers Union president criticized after controversial video. We need to do more, COVID-19 vaccinations lagging in East Palo Alto. Johnson & Johnson vaccine doses expected to arrive this week. Twitter cracks down on COVID vaccine misinformation. VTA launches interactive map to help residents get to vaccination sites. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. German unemployment still largely steady despite lockdown. EU envoy urges Kosovo to resume talks with Serbia. Asian stocks mixed after Wall Street rises. Williamson pushes Pelicans past NBA leading Jazz, 129-124. Jokic dominates with 39 points as Nuggets beat Bulls 118-112. Number 1 UConn ends regular season by beating Marquette 63-53. 2 Mount Prospect trustee candidates call for redesign of police patch. Police searching for suspects in robberies of Naperville liquor store, Downers Grove 7-Eleven. Late night fire guts Ingleside house. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Kazakhstan, Russia. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC, Namibia. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 30.09 km, in China February 3, 2021, 9:23 UTC, 520,000 people within 100 kilometers. Green alert for tropical cyclone Niran 21, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for tropical cyclone Marian 21, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Volcanic eruption is ongoing for Santorini in Greece. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Tuesday, March 2nd in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cipher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. A glimpse of Bill Burns' Central Intelligence Agency. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Rain ending by sunrise Tuesday, but keep your jacket handy. 12-year-old Richmond student runs booming clothing company with dad. What to binge this week on ABC 13's free streaming apps. Please support us. Texas citrus and dairy farmers urge patience as they rebuild after the winter storm. Houston woman says 87-year-old mom prayed for plumbers to help her. Dream makers, how she's happy hair went from $800 to $80 million. What is Women's History Month, and why do we celebrate it? ABC News 6-part Soul of a Nation to highlight Black experience in America. Harris County Pollution Control working to find source of natural gas smell in LaPorte. The Bachelor 2021, Abigail discusses deaf representation during Women Tell All. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Taiwan indigenous culture featured in largest newspaper in Finland. Groups ask France to probe 2013 Syria chemical attacks. FDA to further investigate Taiwan YouTuber's astronaut vitamins. Goodbye gas, Volvo to make only electric vehicles by 2030. Energy-related emissions up in December despite pandemic. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. NJ's Cannabis Commission violates the law, says NJNAACP. Third woman accuses Governor Cuomo of harassment as calls for his resignation grow louder. Mayor, city health officials push to nail the messaging around Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Extra extra, how an art collector sold a 10-second video for $6.6 million. What New Yorkers should know about Lieutenant Governor Kathy Hochul, who would succeed Cuomo. Iconic Moonstruck house in Brooklyn Heights is up for sale. Remembering March 2020 in NYC, when the before times came to an end. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. What was the last fun thing you did in pre-pandemic NYC? Suspect arrested in quadruple stabbing in Sunset Park that left Good Samaritan dead. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Light earthquake, 4.4 mag strikes near Adak in Alaska. Light earthquake, 4.4 mag has occurred near Levuka in Fiji. Light earthquake, 4.6 mag strikes near Vincina in Argentina. Moderate earthquake, 5.5 mag strikes near Hengchun in Taiwan. Light earthquake, 4.2 mag was detected near Fiji region. Light earthquake, M4.8 quake has struck near Sola in Vanuatu. Light earthquake, 4.9 mag was detected near Port Vila in Vanuatu. Minor earthquake, 3.54 mag strikes near Vieques in Puerto Rico. Light earthquake 4.4 mag, 1 kilometer east of San Juan Jiquin, Mexico. Light earthquake, M4.3 quake has struck near Bengkulu in Indonesia. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. And LT.mp4, International Women's Day, 2021 and LT.mp4, and LT.br to aspire and achieve women's leadership in the 21st century. And LT.mp4, International Women's Day, 2021 and LT.mp4, and LT.br Feminist Leadership at the United Nations, Gender Equality Within and Without. Neoliberal finance undermines poor countries' recovery. Protests by Indian farmers spread panic in image-conscious Modi government. End inequality and achieve sustainable development for all. A technology-based parasol of protection for victims of domestic abuse. How marginalized women in India bore an extra burden of COVID-19 shadow pandemic. International Women's Day, March 8, 2021, equality is our captain for sailing to a green and just recovery. To lead is to serve, a Pacific woman's perspective. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Reasons why Bill Gates is now America's biggest farmland owner. UK to push at G7 for global standard on COVID-19 vaccine passports. Facebook posts backup virus reports linking COVID vaccines to injuries, including death. Swiss researchers develop wearable microchip that eliminates bodily privacy once and for all. Former French President Nicolas Sarkozy sentenced to prison in humiliating corruption conviction. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Lady Gaga's dog walker speaks out after Hollywood shooting. Democratic voting bill would make biggest changes in decades. Deal reached to get California children back in classrooms. Fraud overwhelms pandemic-related unemployment programs. Cuomo accuser blasts attempted apology, predatory behavior. Is China genetically engineering super soldiers? Did Trump receive COVID-19 vaccination before leaving office? Will not COVID-19 vaccines wreak havoc on the lungs in 4 to 14 months? Does Fisher-Price sell a My Home office set for kids? Comic-Con to remain virtual in 2021, cites financial strain. The next headlines are from factcheck.org. Fact-checking Trump CPAC speech. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Channeling a ghost to create the next hit liquor brand. There are 6 treatments helping patients survive COVID-19. They might as well have torn up the Constitution. The world is becoming more LGBTQ diverse. TV should catch up. This national park you've probably never heard of is one of the top 10 most visited. How Putin's chef Prigozhin is now targeting Europe. Michael Moss, author of Hooked, shares 5 books on the evolution of addiction. The bomber and master forger who tried to destroy the Mormon Church. Nathan Lane wishes he'd been brave enough to come out to Oprah after the birdcage. MAGA fans rage at Trumpy channel for censoring conspiracies. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Tokyo asks Beijing to stop anal swab tests for COVID-19 on Japanese citizens. Biden removes mention of Dr. Seuss from Read Across America Day. Nets James Harden is on fire as he returns home to Houston. U.S. sanctions against Russia for Navalny poisoning may come on Tuesday. NFL reporter sparks fierce Twitter debate after posting unpaid internship. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The sky this month, March 2021. NASA keeps hiding Easter eggs on Mars-bound spacecraft. Oumuamua and the search for life in the universe. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Johnson & Johnson CEO touts ease of single-shot vaccine distribution. Johnson & Johnson rolls out one-dose coronavirus vaccine. Johnson & Johnson begins rolling out nearly 4 million coronavirus vaccine doses. Johnson & Johnson one-shot COVID vaccine rolls out in the U.S. Meet Diana Trujillo, a trailblazing flight director for NASA's Mars Perseverance rover. Officials shift resources away from COVID-19 testing to vaccinations. Concerns about coronavirus transmission between humans and animals. Johnson & Johnson CEO on one-shot COVID-19 vaccine authorization. Astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson on aliens, supervolcanoes and other cosmic queries. Doctor urges Americans to get whatever COVID-19 vaccine is available to them. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Winston Churchill Moroccan landscape painting owned by Angelina Jolie fetches $11.5 million. Methodist Church conservative arm takes another step toward breaking away over LGBTQ rights. Dutch writer opts out of translating inaugural poet Amanda Gorman's work after controversy over choice of white person for the job. Woman posts messages from audacious guy who wants to be reimbursed for dates. UK mother and daughter die of COVID-19 after Christmas gathering that infected all 11 family members. Cuomo sexual harassment scandals, nursing home probe could impact budget and legislative efforts in Albany. Sporting a black eye and stitches, Senator Romney jokes he went to see PAC. Nike's executive quits over son's $132K sneaker purchase. You are equal, Biden vows to work with Mexico on immigration, COVID in sharp break with Trump. The Trumps were vaccinated in January before leaving the White House, advisor. The following headlines are from military.com. Al-Assad missile attack nearly killed 150 U.S. troops, destroyed 30 aircraft, report. Military may revisit making COVID-19 vaccines mandatory after FDA grants approval. Army's top NCO goes on Twitter to scold leaders for not testing units on ACFT. This veteran was forced to resign from a state job over a sickness caused by burn pits. Now the Supreme Court may take up his case. Bill would dramatically expand retirement benefits for 42,000 veterans. Air Force Wing Commander fired due to loss of trust and confidence. Navy restricts movement of midshipmen, pauses athletics due to increase in COVID-19 cases. Navy wave, World War II code breaker will celebrate 100th birthday with their own parade. Marine dies in surfing accident near Okinawa's Ikai Island. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Column, cancel culture is coming for you. What's next? Fact-boarding, we need congressional hearings. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, 1,143 new COVID-19 cases is lowest daily count since July. U of I wins FDA approval for saliva test, Chicago expecting Johnson & Johnson vaccine shipment. Veteran Chicago police officer found shot to death in apparent suicide at Northside Police Station. Driver killed after colliding with a semi on Route 59 and 103rd Street in Naperville. After COVID-19 killed 36 at LaSalle VA home, GOP lawmaker wants state health officials to jump more quickly on outbreaks. Man cleared in 1987 double murder files federal lawsuit alleging he was tortured by Burge detectives. Back to school, but not quite back to normal, as CPS students return to classrooms after year-long closure. The kids need this. South suburban residents charged by feds with conspiracy. The Spin, Kinzinger says he's okay making Trump's enemies list Democrats to gather Wednesday on Madigan's replacement for state party chair. Johnson & Johnson vaccine headed to Chicago, Lightfoot says. Two charged with fatally shooting teen in Marquette Park neighborhood after he gave friend haircut tied to rival gang, authorities say. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Common bacteria modified to make designer sugar-based drug. Secrets of sealed 17th century letters revealed by dental X-ray scanners. Lead up to volcanic eruption in Galapagos captured in rare detail. Indonesia volcano belches huge ash column. CO2 pollution bounces back, climate goals at risk, IEA. Boeing Starliner test flight postponed. What's happening to the most remote coral reefs on Earth? Coffee for the birds, connecting bird watchers with shade-grown coffee. Stressed out young oysters may grow less meat on their shells. New study proposes a low-cost, high-efficiency mask design. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Tuesday, March 2nd, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Why herd immunity may be impossible without vaccinating children against COVID-19. Life, the Universe, and Oumuamua. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. 2 more foreign cricketers positive for virus in Pakistan. Polish court acquits activists who put LGBT rainbow on icon. Arminia Bielefeld hires Kramer as coach in relegation fight. Irish racing authorities look into dead horse video. World Cup qualifying revised in Asia again amid pandemic. Liverpool great Ian St. John dies at 82. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Bridge, March 2, 2021. Horoscopes March 2, 2021, Daniel Craig, strive for perfection and kindness. Word Game, March 2, 2021. Ask Amy, she had no right to share my news on Facebook. Harriet Cole, I'm worried about what I do in my sleep. Miss Manners, my coworker's jokes are way out of line, but he calls me a prude. Dear Abby, he's upset by the bride's grooming request. East Oakland shootings under investigation. Bay Area weather, rain, wind expected by week's end. Big third period lead San Jose Sharks past Colorado Avalanche. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Kentucky State Park campgrounds to reopen March 12. WVA governor holding town hall over income tax cut proposal. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Massachusetts progressive lawmakers push Congress to abolish qualified immunity. After Texas, Green New Deal advocates push rooftop solar, but will Biden fund it? This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Tuesday, March 2, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Meeting the meat needs of the future. First ever detailed description of a volcanic eruption from Sierra Negra. New report offers detailed analysis of Capitol Hill siege. Ecology, the scientific literature dominated by men and a handful of countries. New study gives the most detailed look yet at the neuroscience of placebo effects. A material science approach to combating coronavirus. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Menu planner, who can resist blueberry tarts? 4 questions for Bears GM Ryan Pace's off-season frenzy nears. Woman, 38, missing from Englewood, police. 4 shot Monday in Chicago. Man wounded, 11-year-old girl struck by stray bullet, in shooting at West Pullman gas station. Horoscope for Tuesday, March 2, 2021. 3 children among 5 injured in South Side crash. National Restaurant Association, inspired home shows at McCormick Place cancelled. With few sellers, both Arturas Carnicevis may stand pat at deadline. Home burglaries reported in Englewood, police. The feed from the Riverfront Times St. Louis has been removed for putting advertisements in its news RSS feed. St. Louis is naming a street in honor of blues icon Kim Massey. The Big Mad, far-flung vaccines, Holly overload and fears of a zombie rush. Murder-suicide suspected in death of 82-year-old Jefferson County couple. Should St. Louis vote strategically on March 2? No one knows. St. Louis restaurant openings and closings February 2021. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. BioFit probiotic reviews, scam ingredients with risky side effects a real weight loss supplement? Detroit versus Everybody partners with Gucci for $390 trillion shirt collection to benefit local nonprofits. Community rallies behind owner of Cinema Detroit with Goff and Me as she battles lupus. Shorts Brewing X Jolly's new Moscow Mule-flavored cannabis gummies have a strong kick. Group plans ballot drive to subject Michigan governor, lawmakers to FOIA. Michigan lawmakers consider bill to allow bars to stay open until 4 a.m. Survey reveals anxieties about rising healthcare costs. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. After Texas winter catastrophe, plenty of promises and blame to go around. J.J. Watt announces he will sign with the Arizona Cardinals. The art of truncated commercials. Long lost happening 1965 music special resurfaces on PBS. With 7 more dead and another 914 COVID cases in Houston, now is not the time to unmask, mayor says. 4 thoughts on the continued Houston Texans 2021 roster purge. Fat Mike on the particular brilliance of NOFX songs old and new. This week in Houston food events, Shake Shack's Southern Smoked Chicken Sandwich and our Tacolandia Taco Stop. QAnon isn't stupid, and it's dangerous to think they are. Fatherland breathes magic into the memoir play. The next headlines are about world records making news. Harrisburg educator set a world record, traveled the globe then molded the lives of students for 30 years, Penn Live. Turkish pentathlete breaks world record in laser run, Anadolu agency. Czech freediver David Vengel breaks under ice swimming world record, deeperblue.com, deeperblue.com. Cataract soldier completes world record run to raise money for son's school, Richmondshire today. Pieces of Dubai-based artist Sasha Jeffrey's record-breaking artwork can now be yours, Arab News. Leafology, Guinness World Record holder for career guidance, celebrates National Science Day with toy ends from NASA, Ani News. Michael Andretti drove a world record-breaking car made out of cake, Gizmodo, Australia. Dubai resident makes a Guinness World Record attempt, Khaleej Times. All-electric plane on its way to world record, Iturbo News Trends Travel News Online, Iturbo News Trends Travel News. Virat Kohli 1 century away from surpassing Ricky Ponting and creating world record, Hindustan Times. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Twitter launches 5-strike system to ban users who spread COVID-19 lies. Apps are birth control now. Mark Forged, a 3D printing startup, will go public in a SPAC merger. NASA's experimental electric airplane edges closer to its first flight. Biden warns Amazon to stop intimidating warehouse workers ahead of union vote. Primates appeared almost immediately after dinosaurs went extinct, new research suggests. Kids are being exposed to a lot of concerning chemicals through plastic toys. Biden rescinds Trump decision to turn sacred Arizona land into a copper mine. Apple may finally shrink the notch for iPhone 13. The 10 best deals of March 1st, 2021. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nadi in Fiji at 127.04 degrees Fahrenheit or 52.8 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at minus 72.76 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 58.2 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Biden administration puts a price on carbon. Trump's is one of 15,000 Gab accounts that just got hacked. Why N95 masks are still hard to get, even though production is up. We knew T-Mobile couldn't be trusted, union says after 5,000 job cuts. Minis Forum U850, solid hardware and easy upgrades in a little box. Sony's brighter A90J ALL TV makes its way to living rooms this month. Blue Origin's massive New Glenn rocket is delayed for years. What went wrong? YouTube's TikTok clone YouTube Shorts is live in the US. Archaeologists discover Lamborghini of chariots near ruins of Pompeii. Hacker reduces GTA Online load times by roughly 70%. The following headlines are from Raw Story. He did it. Why a surprisingly bold move from Biden is winning big cheers from the left. Republican facing ethics probe, substantial reason to believe he misused campaign funds, report. Maskless Trump supporter turned in by his own family for being inside the Capitol during riot, report. Using rectal swab COVID tests on people entering the country is science-based, China. Graham urges Dems to follow the Republican model on sexual harassment allegations against Gov. Cuomo. Busted, Marjorie Taylor Greene cashed in on big tech stocks, while publicly attacking the companies. Brad Parscale launches American Greatness Super PAC to push Trumpism in 2022 midterms, report. Trump blasted by CNN doctor for completely insane decision to hide getting a vaccine. Dem Congresswoman says Cuomo must resign after third Me Too allegation includes shocking photo. Really creepy Republican's behavior is so bad GOP lawmaker moved her desk to get away from him. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. How inequity gets built into America's vaccination system. Even with the proposed wealth tax, billionaires would get richer faster than everyone else. Are schools' fancy new air scrubbing devices really effective and safe? Sheryl Sandberg and top Facebook execs silenced an enemy of Turkey to prevent a hit to the company's business. Republicans are trying to kill what's left of the Voting Rights Act. 1 in 4 Black and Latino families were underwater even before the pandemic hit. Developers aim to halt local push toward climate-friendly building codes. Trump was a disaster for wildlife. Here are 5 things Biden's Interior Secretary can do to help. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Most life on Earth will be killed by lack of oxygen in a billion years, New Scientist News. March stargazing, looking for life beyond, Sierra Magazine. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Validation of the reading house and association with cortical thickness, American Academy of Pediatrics. She turned 30 and moved back in with her parents, BuzzFeed News. Full text, the short and long-term effects of vitamin D treatment on BNDT, Dove Medical Press. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. FAA releases statement re-UFO encounter over New Mexico. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. True Strange News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by True Strange News. All rights reserved.